process. So thanks so much for being here, and thanks so much for joining me. So come, day 17. So just bring your hands to your hips as we always do, and just roll. As you roll, just feel into your legs. Feel the way your feet are changing on the floor, the way the weight alters between the big toes and the baby toes. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. Just make fists out of your hands, roll out into your wrists. We're going to be using our wrists today. So as always, listen to your body. Your shoulders, your wrists. If anything feels too strong, then just ease off. Don't go there. Listen to the shapes of wellness in your body. Nice. Wiggle your fingers. And then come to the front of your mat. So your feet are parallel, standing on the floor. You're standing tall, and reach your arms wide. Palms come together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees. Come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your right leg long behind you, step it back into a lunge, and then step back into a plank. Knees to the floor, lower all the way down, fingers wide on the mat. Tuck your chin in, slowly rising up. Lowering down, hands to the floor, push back into your cat, all the way back into your downward dog. Really finding the length of your downward dog, pushing into your heels. Find the stretch of the backs of your legs. And then lengthening the right foot up towards the ceiling. Find the length and stretch of your leg upwards. And then step the right foot forward between your hands. Step forwards. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide. Bring your palms together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down, hands to the floor, forehead to your knees, hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your left leg long behind you, and then step it back. Lunge pose. Step back. Plank pose. Knees to the floor, slowly lowering all the way down. Nice. Bring your fingers wide, tuck your chin in, maybe lift your toes off the floor. As you rise upwards, lowering down, hands to the floor, push back into your cat, all the way back into your downward dog. Find the length, pushing into your hands, pushing into your feet. Nice. Stretch the left foot up towards the ceiling, reaching high. Step the left foot forward. Step forward. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide. Palms come together in front of your chest. Nice. And again, reach your arms wide. Palms come together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees. Come all the way down. Hands to the floor. Forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor. Stretch your right leg long behind you and step it back into your lunge. Drop your right knee to the floor. Reach both fingers forward and slowly rising up and reverse backwards a little bit with your hips. Draw your tailbone forward, squeeze your bum, and then lean into your lunge and look upwards. Reaching into your fingertips, really feel that sense of engagement through the belly, through the lower back as you open into the chest. And breathing into your belly. Nice. Slowly bring both hands forward and then step back into your plank pose. Turn your toes towards the right and drop your heels to the left. This is the shoulder wrist thing, so be careful of your shoulder if you have anything going on. Lift your right hand off the floor. Extend your right hand straight up towards the ceiling. Lift your hips high, so you're in a side plank. Nice. Turn towards the floor. Bring both hands down. Drop both knees to the floor. Here we're going to do a side plank which is supported. So turn your right foot so it's pointing towards the right off your mat and bring your left foot towards the right side of your mat. So my right hand, right knee and left foot are all on the right side of my mat. Bring your left hand to your hip and you're sideways. Keep your left hand on your hip and lift your right leg up as high as it'll go. And lowering it down. So 2, down, 3, down, 4. Feel your inner thigh. 5. Find length from the top of your head down to your heel. 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Keep your leg high and then bring your foot as far forward as you can. And then bring your leg as far backwards as you can. Forwards. Backwards. Nice. One last time. Forwards. And backwards. Nice. Bring your foot to float. Just in front of the floor. Reach your left hand straight up towards the ceiling. And then drop your left arm over your head and drop your left foot to the floor. So your left side is super long. And lean upwards by pushing into the right hand, right knee. Get longer through the left side. Nice. Come down to the floor, both hands to the floor. Push back into your downward dog. And then step the right foot forward between your two hands. Keep your toes standing on the floor, rising up. Keep your arms low. Interlock your fingers or hold on to your hands or draw your elbows back and stretch out through your arms in whatever way that you do. That's opening into the chest. Bend your front knee deeply as you stretch into the back leg. Nice. And then slowly draw your right shoulder down to your right knee and reach your arms up overhead behind you. Again, rising up. Draw your arms backwards towards your back knee. And drop your shoulder down in the direction of your right knee. As you rise up with your arms, you drop down with your chest. Pause there. Bend a bit deeper into your hips. Lengthen into that back leg. Release your hands. Bring both hands to the floor. Step forward. Hands to the floor. Forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide. Bring your palms together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor. Forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor. Step your left foot back. All the way back. Drop your left knee to the floor. Reach both hands up towards the ceiling. Reverse back with your pelvis a little bit. Tuck your tailbone forward. Squeeze through your bum. Lean into your hips and look up. Open through your heart as you extend up into your arms. Nice. Lower your arms all the way down, hands to the floor. Step back into your plank. We're going to do the side plank. So turn both toes towards the left, heels towards the right. And lift your left hand up towards the ceiling. Lift your hips higher. Push down into your heels, strong into your arms. Nice. Turn towards the floor. And then drop both knees to the floor. Turn your left foot off your mat with your knee staying in the same place. Bring your right leg long so that it's also on the left side of your mat. So left hand, left knee, and right foot are all on the left side of your mat. Bring your right hand to your hip and you're sideways facing towards the right. Nice. Lift the right leg off the floor. Lower it down and up. Lower it down, keeping a sense of connection into the belly. 4, 5, long into the top of the head. 6, wide through the shoulders. 7, full through the belly. 8, down into your heel. 9, last one. 10. Great. Lift your leg high and draw your foot forward. And then sweep your leg backwards. And draw your foot forwards. And sweep your foot backwards. One last time. And draw your leg forwards. Sweep your leg backwards. Nice. Let your foot float just above the floor. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And then drop your foot, reach your arm, and lean upwards into the right side of your body by pushing down into the left hand, left knee. Get longer through the right side. Really feel that you're stretching into your fingers, reaching into the belly, the rib cage, pushing down into the baby toe side of the foot or the heel. See which one connects you more. Nice. Turn towards the floor. Both knees on the floor. Push back into your downward dog. Stretch the left foot up towards the ceiling and step the left foot forward. Keep your toes as they are, pointing forward. Slowly rising up. Interlock your fingers behind you. Lengthen backwards through your chest. Nice. Really opening. And then slowly draw your left shoulder down to your left knee. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Sink a bit deeper into your hips. Slowly rising. Lifting through the chest. And then lowering down. Shoulder to your knee. Reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Really lean into it. Deepen through the hips. Nice. Lower your both hands down. And from here, step backwards into your downward dog. And just stretching back into your downward dog. Drop both knees to the floor. Bring your toes to flat. Sit your bum back into a child's pose. And then rising up into your downward dog. And again, drop your knees down. Come down into a child's pose. Feel it like a stretching child's pose. You're drawing your bum back. Your arms are reaching. And then back into your downward dog. Stretching into your heels. Nice. Bring your bum to the floor, whichever way you do. Cool. Bring your hands behind you. So there's loads of different ways your hands can be here. So for me, the most important thing is that your wrists are comfortable. So some people, they point their fingers backwards. Some people, they point their fingers to the side. And some people point their fingers forward. For me, the safest thing for my wrists is pointing my fingers to the side. It just feels like my wrist like that. So if you want to try the different versions, so we'll try a different version just to check. So point your fingers backwards, lift your bum a little bit off the floor, just a tiny bit. For me, my elbows don't like that. And point your fingers to the side. Oh, elbows like that. Point your fingers forward. That's also okay, but I prefer the one to the side. So see which one you felt better with, okay? There's no one way to do anything. It's based on your physiology, your everything, okay? So pushing down into your feet, push down into your hands, lift your hips high. Nice. Drop your bum to the floor. Lift your feet off the floor. Lift your hands forward. And then lift your feet so they're the same height as your hands. I'm just pausing there. Roll your shoulders. Circling. And then in the other direction. Circling. Nice. Lower your hands to the floor behind you. My fingers are pointing outwards. Feet to the floor. Lifting up. Lower your bum to the floor. Reach your fingers forward. Feet are the same height as your hands. Great. Lowering down. Hands to the floor. Feet to the floor. Lift your hips up. Lowering down. Feet forward. Hands forward. So we're going to start moving into a straight-legged version of this. So straightening through your legs as they reach upwards. Forwards. Nice. Bend your knees. And then straighten your legs out long when they land on the floor. Bring your hands again beside you. Squeeze through your bum, push into your heels, lift your hips high, trying to bring your toes to the floor. Drop your bum to the floor and draw your knees up towards you. We're going to do it a little bit faster. Bring your heels to the floor, hands wide, lift your bum up, lower your bum down, lift your heels up and draw your hands forward. So you're folding and then hands to the floor, heels down, opening. Again, folding, draw your knees up, hands go forward. And then opening, hands to the floor, lift your hips up. Nice. Last time. Wrapping forward. Maybe try and round your back a little bit more as you draw your knees towards your shoulders, as you reach your fingers down towards your feet. Nice. Heels to the floor, hands in whatever position feels good for you. We're going to hold this for a few breaths. So just feel into your body and see how long that is for you. So push down into your heels, lifting up. Your head, I prefer not throwing my head back just because I don't really like that in my neck. I like looking down towards my feet or looking up towards the ceiling. So don't throw your head back. I don't think it's a good idea. Lift a little bit higher through your hips. So more so than being a neck stretch, it's a strengthening your hips and leg stretch. Nice. Lower your bum to the floor. Roll out through your shoulders. Cool. Bend your right knee so that your foot is near your bum and around 6 inches from your thigh. Bring your left hand to the floor beside you. Reach your right hand down towards that left foot. Rounding forward. Walk your hand a little bit further, sliding your hand down the outside of that left leg. Really feel it in the outside of your right waist, right shoulder. Nice. Come all the way back up. Change legs. Bend the left knee. Draw it up towards your sit bone. You're around 6 inches or 9 inches from your thigh. Bring your right hand to the floor and reach your left hand forward, dropping your head down in the direction of the knee and slide that left hand a little bit deeper down that right leg. It seems anybody with dogs, as soon as the geese start to go, the dogs will go. So I apologize for any canine behavior in your house. And then coming all the way back up, stretch your left leg long, bend your right knee. Bring your left hand again to the floor beside you. And this time bring the right hand also to the floor beside you. So your two hands are on the floor beside your left thigh. And now lift your left bum off the floor. And then lower it down. And again, lift your left bum off the floor. Your heel is still on the floor. Lower it down. And one more time. Lift your left bum off the floor. Maybe lift your left foot off the floor. See what you feel is right for you. This is very similar to the sideways one that we've been doing all the way through. So this is just another way of getting into the same thing. Lower your bum and your foot to the floor. Great. Come to the other side. Bend your left knee. Stretch the right leg long. Bring your right hand to the floor beside you. Bring your left hand to the floor beside you. So both hands are near your right thigh. You're around 6 inches out. Push down into your hands on that left foot. Lift your bum. Lowering down. Lift your bum. Really feel the weight into your hands, the rise through the spine. Drop it down. Lift your bum. And drop it down. Next time we go, we're going to hold it. So pushing down into your hands, lift your bum. Maybe lift your foot as well. Lower your bum all the way to the floor. Stretch both legs long in front of you. Roll out through your wrists. Roll into your shoulders. Nice. Bend your right knee. Sweep it over the top of your left leg. Draw your right elbow back and twist towards the right. So your left elbow is anchored to the outside of your right knee and you're twisting through the spine, getting tall. Breathing into your belly, get longer, get taller, get wider. Can you inhabit the whole of your body right now? And then change. Stretch your right leg long. Bend your left knee, draw it up. Bring both hands forward, draw the left elbow back like a bow and arrow. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your knee. Your arm can be straight or your elbow can be bent. See what you need to do. I read this quote yesterday, and by the way, some quotes, they just swim through the ocean of you for a few days or years. And the one that I read yesterday was self-love isn't that you love the shape that you are. It was this thing of like going deeper, that self-love is this amazingly deep attitude or beingness in you. And it goes beyond shape of you, the physicality of you. It goes into a much vaster realm of beingness. Oh, I just love it. It's tickled something in my brain and my being. Self-love isn't that you like the shape that you are. Lovely. Release. Sit on your mat. Well, you are. Slowly lowering down. Come to land on your mat. Have your feet as wide as your mat. Drop your arms to the side and just sway your knees from one side to the other. Swaying one way, swaying the other way. Feeling into your belly as you drop one way and then the other way. Just feeling into your hips as you really draw the top leg deeper down towards the floor. Nice. Come to center. Walk your feet so they're closer to each other. Squeeze the right knee up onto your chest. Hug it in. Really compressing deeply. Release. Draw the left knee up onto your chest. Compress it in. Release. So you can either keep your feet flat on the floor, you can stretch your legs out long, or whatever shape suits you right now. And just land there just for another minute or so. Really just appreciating all of you. Can you inhabit the whole of you right now? Really take up the space of you. Down into your toes, down into your fingers. Filling the full of your skin. Yeah, self-love isn't loving the shape that you are. It goes beyond it. So be in this body, in this beingness, in this moment, and just really accept all of it. Breathing into that, settling into that belly, chest, heart breathing. Maybe a slight smile on your face. Softening, settling. Nice. So bending one knee, bending the other knee, squeeze both knees towards you. And then either rocking over onto your side or rocking from side to side and coming up into a seated position. Nice, guys. How lovely. I will see you tomorrow. Loving this.